Hello there, this is Scott and welcome along to day 2 of the 5-day giveaway. And today's giveaway prize has been very kindly donated by halcyonhaze.co.uk. Now these guys, they're part of the sort of tea juice group and they've just gone through a bit of rebranding. I think they've rebuilt the website as well. And so today, to celebrate that, they're going to be giving away the full range of their new e-liquid. Now they did also send me out a box so I can try them, and if you fancy sticking around at the end of the video, I will be picking 3 random flavours and then doing a quick first impressions. So if you fancy winning the full range of their new Halcyon Haze e-liquid, that's 7 flavours in total, all you need to do is simply leave a comment in the YouTube's comment section below. You'll automatically be entered, and then next week, probably on the Wednesday or the Thursday, I'll be uploading another vlog and picking all the winners even, using a YouTube random generator software. Okay guys, so once again, thank you very much to halcyonhaze.co.uk for donating the prize. And like I said, if you fancy winning a full range of their e-liquid, simply leave a comment below. And if you want to stick around for a little bit, I'm now going to do a quick first impressions on 3 of their flavours. Okay, so thank you for sticking around and watching the first impressions. I have moved to the kitchen now because in the studio, if I do a lot of vaping in there, it's only a small room, it very quickly gets filled up with vapour and doesn't make for a particularly interesting viewing. So I moved to the kitchen. The only sort of slight downside though is that the audio is going to be probably a little bit on the echoey side, but there you go. Right, so the 3 flavours that I've chosen are Earth Brother, Sergeant Vapor and Sweet Prudence. These are all 6mg strength. Going to be using my little unicorn mod, which is currently set to 45 watts with a Doge atomizer, single coil in there, and it's reading 0.6 ohms at the moment. Now what I'm going to do is have a fresh cotton and a dry burn for each flavour, so you know that's why I'm going to be doing it rather than having separate atomizers. So I'll do a quick first impressions of the first flavour, then whip out the cotton, put some new stuff in there, give it a good soaking, and then do the second one, and then finally the third one. Right, so Earth Brother, slightly strange description. It says the taste of chestnuts roasted on an open fire and Turkish tobacco rolls across the dance floor, sending the audience into a trance. So from that I'm getting Turkish tobacco mixed with roasted chestnuts. Okay, so let's give it a vape then. So this is the Earth Brother. It's quite strange because as you're inhaling it, I'm getting a menthol experience, but I don't think there's any menthol in there. Now, if you vape on a menthol juice, when you sort of take a drag, you can feel, it's almost like it sort of takes your breath away slightly, that sort of little bit sort of icy cold feeling going down like the back of your throat. But there's absolutely zero menthol aftertaste, nothing whatsoever. All I can taste now is a really nice sort of authentic tobacco flavour. Not getting any chestnuts whatsoever, but for me that is a big plus because I don't mind chestnuts, but I don't like vapes which have chestnuts or sort of hazelnut flavour to it. So I'm not getting any of that whatsoever. All I'm getting, and I would actually describe it as like a sort of Turkish tobacco. It's that sort of, not like your Golden Virginia, something a little bit more sort of spicy or exotic. Now, it's what it reminds me of. And the smell as I'm exhaling as well, what it reminds me of is, I've been on holiday to Egypt quite a few times, and one of the times when I was there quite a few years ago, you had the, was it the shisha things, where you had like the really sticky tobacco which would go on the top of it and get heated up by the coals. Is it molasses, I think it's called? And I'm getting that sort of smell of the molasses, and it's that sort of what I would imagine the flavour would be like, that sort of exotic tobacco flavour. I'd imagine, because Tea Juice, which is like the sister company, they do a lot of tobacco flavours where it's actually extracted from the tobacco leaf, and I would imagine it's that sort of process. It's a very sort of authentic tobacco flavour. I keep on reading the description because it's almost like I'm expecting to see a hint of menthol described there as well, but there's nothing about it. Like I said, there's absolutely zero menthol aftertaste whatsoever, nothing whatsoever. But on the exhale, you are getting not a menthol flavour, but definitely a that sort of menthol coldness. It's quite bizarre, really. The actual flavour itself it's quite a strong tobacco flavour. I wouldn't describe it as weak. I wouldn't say it's extremely strong, but it's definitely a quite a dark, rich flavour though. It's something that I think would be perfect with a nice cup of coffee first thing in the morning or after a meal when you've just been to a nice restaurant. I think it would be a little bit too rich for me to sort of vape all day though. Yeah, but that's very nice, but like I said, slightly strange flavour. So that was the Earth Brother. Okay, so the next one is going to be Sergeant Vapor. So I'm using the same setup, but like I said, I've dry burned the coil, put in some new cotton, and primed it with the new juice. And according to the website, this retro recipe of quintessentially British flavours will explode into a burst of flavour. The flavour is a magnificent mix of sumptuous vanilla cream layered with a crumbly, buttery shortbread biscuit blended with a beautifully tart rhubarb and raspberry compote. I don't know if that's the right word. C-O-M-P-O-T-E. Never heard of that word. A fierce vape flavour which skillfully commands your senses. Right, I'll be the judge of that. So this is the Sergeant Vapor. I'll see something now though. It smells absolutely lovely, and it just smells like rhubarb and custard sweet, so I'd imagine that's what it's going to taste like. And yeah, for me, it tastes, it's like a rhubarb, I'd say, not exactly, but it's like a rhubarb and custard. The one thing I would say, the custard side of it isn't overly strong, but it's still, you know, very, very much like the boiled sweets. That's what it tastes like. But the raspberry side, the rhubarb side of it, it's not strong, but I think you did say there, described it as tart. Was it saying? Yeah, tart rhubarb, and that would be the way I'll describe it. It's not like it's very authentic or natural tasting rather than the sort of sweet, as in the boiled sweet sort of flavour where you can tell it's like, you know, a boiled sweet. This tastes more like a real sort of genuine raspberry, rhubarb. One thing I was trying to say is that I could actually taste the raspberry. For me, it's yeah, a nice rhubarb and custard sweet, but the rhubarb is very, very much natural in flavour. Well, I used to love those. Well, I still do, but I used to love those rhubarb and custard sweets. Used to go in the shop and, you know, buy a big paper bag full of them. Used to love those, and you know, I see it does taste pretty much exactly like it in every way, with the exception that the rhubarb is a little bit more natural flavour rather than the sort of slightly artificial flavoured rhubarb. Very nice though. Yeah, I can't. No, I can't really sort of pick up much raspberry though. For me, this is a rhubarb and custard flavour. Very nice flavour. But rather than being exactly like the boiled sweet, the raspberry side of things is definitely a more sort of natural writer. Fuck's sake, the rhubarb side of things is very much a more natural flavoured rhubarb. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. Okay then, so the last one is going to be Sweet Prudence. Once again, I've dry burned the coil, replaced the cotton and then primed it with the juice. And according to the website, it says, do not be fooled by the apparent innocence of Sweet Prudence. She is a beguiling aroma, gaining your favour with her gentle nature and enchanting notes. Prudence's creation is a clever blend of deliciously sweet flavours composed of tangerine zest, acacia honey, and French vanilla, mixed with a melody of her own secret ingredients. A smooth vape with a symphony of flavours which leaves a lingering sweet taste in the back of your mouth. I do love these descriptions that like not just Halcyon Haze but all e-liquid suppliers use for their juice. And some of them I think are bloody hilarious. Okay, so that's no disrespect to Halcyon Haze, of course. It's just something that just tickles me. Okay, so this is the Sweet Prudence. Okay, not overly keen on this one, if I'm totally honest. I was hoping for more of the tangerine zest because I like the taste of tangerines, and I figured that'd be quite a nice flavour to vape on. It'll be quite sort of refreshing. But one thing I absolutely hate, actually, thinking about, I don't know why I chose this one. I should have picked another one out. But is acacia honey. I'm not keen on the flavour of honey at all, and that's probably the main flavour that I'm getting out of this at the moment. At first, I thought, oh, it's like a sort of a bonfire toffee sort of flavour, but it is, and it's definitely definitely honey that I can taste. And the tangerine is there, but it's very faint. You know, it needs to be, for me anyway, for my sort of taste buds, those sort of quadruple the strength. So the tangerine is there, it's quite faint. The French vanilla, I'm not really sort of picking it out again. I think it's the honey flavour is taking away that vanilla side of things. For me personally, anyway. Obviously, somebody else could try it and get completely different responses to me. But for me, compared to the other two, no, the other two are leagues ahead in terms of flavour. They sort of right up my street really. But this one, I wouldn't be able to vape it for. Well, I'll be quite happy to not vape it again after this sort of first impressions. Let's put it that way. I think if you like honey, I think you'll probably think it's a right winner. But for me, I was hoping for more of a tangerine zest flavour, and maybe a tiny bit of vanilla and a tiny bit of the honey, or preferably none of the honey for me personally. Anyway. But yeah, this is more of a honey with a slight edge of tangerine. I mean, it's not awful, but it's just not something that I would, you know, ever sort of choose to vape again personally. For me, the Earth Brother and what's the other one, Sergeant Vapor, they were far, far nicer. But you know, you can't like everything, and 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And like I said, there's 4 other flavours there as well. But I just want to sort of do it nice and random. I didn't want to do a first impressions for every single flavour. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. And I don't do juice reviews, but I don't mind doing the occasional first impression. So Earth Brother gets a big thumbs up. Sweet Sergeant Vapor gets a big thumbs up. Sweet Prudence, you let me down. Okay guys, so thank you for watching, and once again, just make sure you leave a comment in the comment section on YouTube, and you get a chance to win the whole range. Okay, so have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon.